We're live. All right. We are live. Well, what's going on, Best Damn Nation? This is your boy Brian Renegade, and I'm here with the Best Damn Wrestling crew. I got Chef Showtime.
Good.
LP the Don.
Hello.
And Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews. We are the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Thank you guys for joining on this Wednesday. We appreciate you guys showing up each and every Wednesday. And so let's go ahead and get into it. We got a lot of things to talk about. It's been a very, very emotional and eventful week in wrestling, man. And I think we can all agree to that. And I think starting off with the hot topics, we have to go with the great Vince McMahon retiring from his position in the WWE. I know that we spoke about this on the last two podcasts that we had, and so it's kind of funny that it's kind of coming to fruition. But amidst all the scandals and allegations, I think it was a great time for Vince McMahon to finally step down. I didn't want to see it happen. I'm pretty sure a lot of wrestling fans did not want to see that happen. So let's go around the room and let's go ahead and get some of you guys' reactions to Vince McMahon retiring from his role in WWE. LP, what you got?
It's a kind of bittersweet thing with me. Vince I'm putting in a lot of work to make it come to what it is. But Vince has also, the last couple of years, been the cause of a lot of bad writing and bad rap. So I think it was his time. I think it's been his time. I mean, I hate for him to go. Like, I hate for him to leave the way he's leaving. But I mean, as old as he is, just enjoy life. It was time.
It was time. I know that you said in the previous podcast that you wanted Vince to step down and somebody to step up. How do you think that the product will change since Vince is stepping down?
If everybody's in place like this, then, but I guess Triple H kind of mainly been one of the guys that's going there, him and Stephanie. I think it's gonna be pretty good, but I think it's gonna be a while. I don't think it's gonna be an overnight change. I think it's gonna be a couple of weeks, maybe. You actually notice a difference. I don't know if they're gonna erase all the current stuff they have going on, at least after SummerSlam, which is this weekend, if I'm mistaken. I think after this weekend is gonna be a change, and it's gonna. I think he's gonna bring a little bit how he had. You remember how he had NXT? He had NXT popping at one point in time.
Yeah.
So I think he can get WWE back wrestling.
Okay. Mr. Everything, what do you think about Vince McMahon retiring? And as a wrestler, what does Vince McMahon mean to the wrestling business?
Man, I mean, what really can we say? Vince McMahon is finally WWE taking over from his father, and just running it from the ground up. I mean, you like him, love him, hate him, whatever, being different. Vince McMahon, he pioneered professional wrestling. He pioneered WWE. He was that man that pretty much kept things going. Look at how things went as far as the pandemic. Of course, some people was hating on the Thunderdome for a while, but it kept entertainment going. It kept things. It kept people being able to just leave that moment for 3 hours, 2 hours, or whatever show you're watching. You got to step away from what you was going through as far as the pandemic with COVID and everything else. Of course, we didn't have fans in the building, but they still entertained us. Vince found a way to still entertain us and keep us engaged and having hope that everything will come out the way it needs to be, and you can still, interact with each other, still be fans, and have something to look forward to every day. Because for the longest time during that pandemic, only thing you got to look for is hope that you wake up the next morning and not be sick or whatever. It felt like Resident Evil for a little while. You know what I mean? And Vince McMahon was that silver lining during Resident Evil of COVID. So all I can say is thank you, Vince. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the opportunities that they gave me. For the moments, short, however short it was, to be able to speak to him, say hello. Shoot, man, it's bittersweet, you know what I mean? Because it is that time for him to step down, let somebody younger, full of bigger ideas to come in and take over. But it's weird at this time, you know what I mean? Like the whole allegations and the lawsuits and everything. That's what makes it weird for a lot of people, is that he's stepping down during this moment. And I feel like it's like one of those times where it's happening out of his control. Like he's not retiring because okay, I've done enough. I've done everything that I can. I'm a billionaire. I don't need to do anything else. I'm just step down and let somebody else take it. It's more so it's like I gotta give it up, because if I don't, I might take the company down with me with everything that I had going on. So thank you, Vince. Appreciate you, and look forward to see what happens next.
Yeah. Stephanie McMahon gave a very emotionally charged speech about Vince, and the fans felt it. I think it's felt all around the wrestling world, no matter what promotion is going on. Chef Showtime, what did Vince McMahon mean to you as a kid, watching wrestling as a kid? What did Vince McMahon mean to you?
Man, to me, the creator of WWE, I thought he was a father of wrestling. He brought all the best people out.
It's showtime.
And he just he had it popping. Like, I knew it sooner or later he was going to retire. Like, but it's a good time for him to retire before all this other stuff hit him. Like, if it was up to me, I would have given it to Shane. But he got a reliable hands of Triple H. We might get the Attitude Era back again.
Well, with this new product change, because they changed their ratings, right?
Yeah.
To a TV-14 rating, which just gives them a little bit more cursing, a little bit more vulgar entertainment, just good wholesome entertainment that people can enjoy without the restrictions that they placed on it before, because it was a product that was targeted towards young people. And even though they had a lot of adult themes in there, they completely changed the landscape of their product. And now they're switching back to something that's a little bit more edgier. You know what I'm saying? If I had to say, I'm happy that Vince McMahon was able to bring so much joy and bring so many opportunities for a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers, a lot of entertainers, and so he will definitely be missed. I didn't like the forced step down, but they just came out with some more probing and some misappropriation of funds in the millions. So as much as I hate to see that, I think that the whole product is changed, and I am happy to announce that Triple H will be taking over duties as the head of talent relations, if I'm not mistaken. and operations. I'm happy to see Triple H in that role. I know a lot of wrestlers are happy to see Triple H in that role. Let me go ahead to Mr. Everything. What do you think the new role that Triple H has? How do you feel about that? And do you have a good feeling about the direction of the product?
I have a great feeling about it. I mean, you got to think about it. Triple H was a wrestler, so he understands wrestler things. Nothing to take away from Vince McMahon. He was never a wrestler. He got in the ring a couple of times as a I don't want to call him a novelty act, but it was a corny, it was a corny thing,
Two horrible bumps. Horrible bumps. Horrible.
But you know what? He's at, and for him to still be able to do it, just a little bit, hey man, kudos to him. I think Triple H is going to bring a lot of really good ideas. I mean, the way he ran NXT was amazing. And I think this 2.0 is trash. I haven't watched it since it became 2.0. I don't know what's going on. I'm completely lost. Triple H coming into the role that he should have never lost in the first place is going to be an amazing thing for wrestling. Be on the lookout for some crossovers, in my opinion.
You know what?
Crossover some promotions, because it's not unlikely for that to happen. Look at Mickie James when she came to Royal Rumble.
Yeah. That was huge.
It's very huge. And she came there with the Impact Knockouts title on her waist.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that I mean, a lot of crossovers is going to happen really soon. I mean, look at the fact that they mentioned Ring of Honor on SmackDown. The New Day mentioned that the Viking Raiders was Ring of Honor champions and tag team champions and IWGP tag team champions. Like, it's going to be a lot of crossover stuff happening really soon. And I mean, even look at Daniel Bryan, Big Show, Jericho during John Cena's 20-year thing. Yeah. They did videos and they posted them and they came up with their own. They did their WWE names. They didn't come in Bryan Danielson, Paul White. It was their WWE name. So, yeah, man, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And all we need is for the fans to just enjoy it, watch it, and keep your comments to yourself. Because if you can't do it, you don't need to comment on it.
LP, you spoke this into fruition, sir. I don't think you noticed or not, but you spoke this into fruition. You were like, Vince need to go ahead and retire. Vince need to go ahead and retire. Well, he retired. So how you feel about it?
Say the last part.
I said, how you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? Vince retiring and then with Triple H taking over, do you feel like Triple H is the right person to take over the role?
Yeah, I think they don't really have another person. I know Showtime says Shane, but I think the last couple of years, Shane done kind of put himself in a hole that they don't trust Shane to run it. Like booking himself to be the greatest champion of whatever that was. He was calling himself the greatest of all time, and they said he was trying to book himself to do more stuff during the Royal Rumble. Right. So I kind of think Shane did. I think it would have been Shane. But I think business-wise, I think Stephanie is smarter than Shane. I think Stephanie's not a wrestler. She don't want to be a wrestler, but deep down, Shane still feels like, I think he thinks he's a full-time wrestler, which, Shane does his thing in the ring, but he ain't no damn, no full-time wrestler. So I don't think they had a choice. But I want them, now that Triple H is in place, I want some of the other. I think they got to change some writers. I think they got to change, like the whole regime had to change if they're really trying to make it, different. If not, they're gonna be, doing a lot of bumping heads here and there. But I think if they with Nick Khan having is it Nick Khan or Tony Khan? I get them Khans mixed up. Yeah. With Nick Khan having the money side, Stephanie having the the other kind of side, and Triple H doing the wrestling side. Mm-hmm. I just don't want him to be stressed. That's my main thing about my boy Triple H. I don't want him to be overstressed with that job.
Right. I'm not sure if you guys noticed the flow of the product within the last couple of weeks. It's been kind of hectic and kind of hard to really follow the flow of the shows. Monday Night Raw was all over the place. SmackDown was all over the place. I had no idea what was going on half the time. And I think that has something to do with just a lot of moving parts. And them just trying to kind of fit in matches and fill in matches when they could. And so I'm interested to see what the direction of the show will be. I know that with Triple H at the helm, it's going to be a great product. I'm also wondering, will NXT change? You know what I'm saying? I think the product for NXT is a good product. I will still say that NXT has the best women's division. Just because they're so competitive, it almost reminds me of like college football and basketball. Like, they really have a lot to prove. They go at it. I enjoy watching the NXT women go at it. I even enjoyed Mandy Rose as champion. You know what I mean? As much as I wish that she would focus a little bit more on her wrestling skills, I think that Mandy Rose has developed as a character, and since she's moved down to NXT, and a lot of people have moved down to NXT, they've done a revitalization of their characters and their roles. And so I'm interested to see where the product goes for NXT and also the main products for WWE on Raw and SmackDown. I think it's going to be really something to watch. And Mr. Everything, you mentioned that there may be some crossovers coming in. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got crossovers. Mm-hmm. Champion versus champion. Right? Who would you like to see? AEW versus WWE. What matchups would you like to see?
Offhand, Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns.
Ooh.
Offhand, right off the top. Dolph Ziggler versus Jay Lethal.
Okay.
Let's see. Moose versus. Gosh.
Bobby Lashley.
Nah. Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Okay.
Two big guys and can't really move. Of course, you got to have the Usos versus the Young Bucks. That's a definite. Okay. Rey Mysterio versus Orange Cassidy.
Really?
Yeah. As crazy as it may sound, I think their styles can mix and clash at the same time. It'll make very interesting a very interesting match.
Okay.
Division, Bianca versus Jay. What's the black girl on AEW? Jade
Cargill.
That match definitely got to have that one.
Bianca versus Jade Cargill.
Yes,
would be very, very interesting.
Yes,
I would love to see who would come out on top of that. I think Jade Cargill has really improved her wrestling skills and her mic skills. Matter of fact, my old lady, she loves to hear Jade say, "Tony, cut the shit." She loves that part. You know what I'm saying? So that would be very interesting. I would also love to see Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair. I think that would be a very interesting matchup. But Charlotte would definitely dominate that match. I would hate to say, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm a little biased because I'm a Charlotte fan. You know, I'm a little biased because I'm a Charlotte fan. But I think that some of the mashups and crossovers really would be interesting to see. I don't really see WWE letting their champions lose. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see the champions losing, but I think play your cards right. Just do a toss up. Just roll the dice, see who wins, and go from there. I mean, make it like a shoot almost. I mean, we've done it on the Indies where we've had matches like, all right, who's going over? I don't know. Roll the dice, and whoever wins on the die roll is going over. So I think that'll make really interesting. And you got to think about it. If WWE had one of their champions lose, don't do it on a WWE product.
Yeah.
Or do it on a WWE product. That way it forces them to go over to AEW, fight on their product, and then do a collaboration pay-per-view.
I think that would be crazy, man. I would love to see. I would love to see that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would love to see this Jon Moxley versus Roman Reigns. That would be a very, 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 very interesting fight.
Yeah.
I mean, even you mentioned Kenny Omega. I would love to see Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins. I think that match would be freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I hope they do some crossovers. I'm not sure what that will look like from the WWE. But you know, we've had some good ideas with New Japan Wrestling, AEW, and Impact, and Ring of Honor, and them bringing all these promotions into one. I think AEW is doing something that I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm interested to see where that goes. So I have another topic that I want to talk about that I think is very important. A lot of wrestlers reached out and gave Vince McMahon his flowers, said thank you to him. He would definitely be missed. One person that did reach out was Ric Flair. And when I started seeing his post about, you know, how much he appreciated Vince, I also saw that he has one last match.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what? Wrestling is one of them things, man. If you got a name, you can wrestle forever. And so Ric Flair has his last match. It's a tag team match, I believe. Him and Andrade, his son-in-law, versus Jeff Jarrett, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and Jay Lethal. LP, I want to get your thoughts on Ric Flair and his last match. Do you think Ric Flair should have another last match, or you think he should have just ended it with the Shawn Michaels match that he had?
It should have ended with Shawn Michaels. I mean, I'm a Flair fan. Flair was one of the first wrestlers that I learned to love when I was, you know, young coming up. And even when Flair during the Evolutions time or whatever, Flair was old, but he could keep up. You know, Flair still was putting on good matches around that. I don't know how old Flair was around the Evolution time, but he still was putting on good matches. You know, with his health, I think Flair done had about 60 heart attacks. And you know, this stuff right now, he just I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie, The Wrestler.
Yeah.
Remember my dude jumped out of the turnbuckle on this, you know, you got to decide whether he died or he didn't die. Like, I don't want to see. I've seen a one wrestler die in a ring with that time that Rey Mysterio. I don't know if you guys ever saw that situation. That's the only time I seen somebody like die in a ring. But I don't want to see it. Like I know it's our childhood and we love these guys or whatever, but when you get to a certain point, and Flair is far beyond that point. Like,
how old is Ric Flair? Like 70 something?
What about 80? He has to be 80.
Yeah,
he gotta be 85 if he a day.
Ric Flair is up there.
And I know with him doing a tag match, he's probably not gonna do, you know, that much stuff. But it's like the match he had with Shawn Michaels, that was a perfect match.
That was a perfect send-off.
Leave on this, but most wrestlers don't do. Even the Undertaker. The Undertaker should have stopped. I forgot his last match before he started doing the Saudi Arabia stuff. I can't remember who his last match was again.
I think it was
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
He could have left that there, but then he came back with Kane, and the saddest match of my life was seeing him and Kane versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That match just broke my heart. You know, I was just like, stop it. You know, Goldberg almost killed Undertaker one time, so it's like, it's Flair ain't got nothing to prove. I know the man ain't broke. I don't know how much money that man worth. I think some wrestlers got to do it. I seen Big Papa Pump go in the ring the other day, and Lord knows, the muscles ain't there no more. You know, so I think the wrestlers that like Jake the Snake, I think he had to keep wrestling because he ain't had that money. But some of these wrestlers got that money, so they ain't got to. Flair ain't got to do it.
Yeah, Flair got the Flair name, man, and he does more product advertising than anything. I mean, I just seen him on like a Viagra commercial or something like that. Like, you know, it's like he's the Shaq of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? As far as product promotion is concerned, you know, he's really out there. So you're right, he doesn't need it. His daughter is a multimillionaire. His son-in-law is a millionaire. You know, well, I'm not sure if he's still a millionaire wrestling in AEW, but you know, just in general, like they good. You know what I'm saying? They really don't need. So
truth be told, I'm sorry. Truth be told, and it may be debatable, Flair is a bigger name than Vince when it comes to wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
So when Flair is gone, it's gonna be like when Stan Lee left us. It's gonna be a sad day.
Yeah.
Very sad.
I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at it, but I'm not mad at it. I think that the pairing of a tag team is safe for Ric Flair and Jeff Jarrett. I know they're both up in age. Hold on. First of all, Jeff Jarrett looks good, man. Mm-hmm. Jeff Jarrett looked like he can still go. He had a little segment on Monday Night Raw with the Usos and the Street Profits.
Is that crossover?
Is that crossover? Yeah. You're right. That's that crossover, man. Offline, Mr. Everything, you mentioned something that was very interesting to me. You said that you did something for Mr. Jay Lethal. What was that, sir?
Oh, so back in 2017, me and my tag partner, we was at a show here in Concord, North Carolina, actually. And I was cutting hair for the guys in the back. And that's how I actually got my match on Ring of Honor against Shane Taylor and Keith Lee. And during that show, they actually shaved Jay Lethal's hair off while he had the braids in. Wow. And so he came to me. He said, "Hey man, I need you to cut my hair because they're actually going to cut my hair off, and I don't want to walk around looking jacked up. So can you finish it for me?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you." So after they jacked his hair up, which was crazy because anybody that's ever had braids, you never cut your hair while the braids is in because then you're just going to have lines on your
the meat lines.
Yeah,
the meat rolls.
The ground beef head.
The ground beef head. Yeah.
So so after they did that and he got cleaned up or whatever, you know, because of course he got busted over. Once he got cleaned up, I actually finished up the rest of his hair, and the rest is history.
Oh man, that is very interesting, man. Did you line them up at least? Did you give him a nice line up?
It was nothing to line up, so it was pretty much just a clean baldy. You know what I mean? Okay. And we was actually good friends for a very long time. I would call him every now and then, text him, send him matches for review, and kind of get his feedback on it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm happy that that this is happening. I guess some wrestlers really have to get it out of their system. And Ric Flair is one of those guys who's a long time wrestler, man. He, I think it's still in his system. He still wants to go. I thought he wasn't never going to step in the ring after that the health scare that he had.
And being 73 years old, he's 73, and his net worth is $500,000. So he's not
really.
He hiding some money somewhere. Somebody hiding. He hiding some money. He must got some wives or something that's looking for something. He hiding that money, Jack.
Somebody taking some money somewhere. I mean, because music videos, he's connected with the hip hop community pretty tight. So at the end of the day, I don't think he really needs to wrestle for the money. I think he's doing it just to show that he can still do it.
Yeah. I want to tune in just so I can see it, but I just don't want it to be cringeworthy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to watch it and be like, "Oh God, why is he doing that? Ah, my God, yeah, stop."
Is he going to give the famous Flair bump off the top rope?
No. He will not. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I don't see Flair taking chops to the chest or anything like that. I don't see him doing anything super physical.
He's gonna turn into just like Thanos just snapped him. Just
they're gonna have him, but I got a feeling they're gonna bust him open like most shows. They're gonna bust him open just to have him sit out for the rest of the match.
He needs that blood. He can't afford that blood loss.
They got the EMT standing on standby, Jack. They got the EMT on standby. But we'll see. I would love to tune in to that. I'm not sure if that's going to be televised or taped. I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm not sure if it's going to be maybe on YouTube or something like that. But I would definitely love to go and check that out. I would love to see the matchup between Jay Lethal and Andrade, man. I think that's going to, just them two going at it. I think that'll be a really great fight. And like I said, Jeff Jarrett, man, just looks jacked, man. Jeff Jarrett looked like he can still go. You know what I'm saying? And so, I would definitely want to check that out, see how that is. So hopefully it pops up on YouTube so I can tune in. So something else in Hot Topics, man. Roman Reigns invades Raw. Did you guys check that out?
Now, when you say invade, do we really need to say that he invades Raw?
We don't need to say he invaded Raw, but he went to Raw.
Yeah,
and he had a very, very interesting exchange with Austin Theory.
He's scared of that boy.
That's my best damn moment right there.
Yeah.
Best moment, yeah.
All right, well, since we're doing it a little bit early, let's go ahead and get into it with Mr. Everything's match of the week. All right, so
the match of the week is not a match; it's actually a promo, ladies and gentlemen. Because Roman Reigns, we know Roman has been struggling for the longest time on promos. Ever since he came back with this new I'm in God mode persona, his promos have stepped up so much. And Lord have mercy, did he put that boy in his place on Monday? Boy, I was feeling it for Austin, and his whole facial expression showed that he had no comeback. He couldn't say anything, even down to when they were leaving the ring, and Jay slapped him in the back of the head, and he went and hit him with the briefcase. I was like, oh yeah. That wasn't planned. That's real. He's a little. He's in his feelings.
Yeah, he slapped him in the back of. He slapped him in the back of the head.
Yeah, he was like a cut, G.
Well, he gave him a shine on the back of the head, and then Austin Theory proceeded to beat his ass with that briefcase.
Yeah, and then Roman stepped in, was like,
Roman stepped in. Yeah.
Nah, don't even worry about it. He just in his feelings. But when he said, yo, why you here? Your daddy ain't here. Man, listen.
Oh, my God.
Listen. And then the fact that the crowd got into that and was like, who's your daddy? Now, what makes it so funny is that it was Rey Mysterio's 20-year anniversary with WWE, and he was infamous with the "Who's your daddy?" chant.
With Eddie Guerrero.
Yes, Eddie Guerrero,
and they were questioning the legitimacy of his
daddy. So
they were saying that Dominic was Eddie Guerrero's. I remember that.
Yes, that's what a lot of people didn't really catch on at that moment. As soon as they said that, I was like, "Oh wow, we're doing that today. We got to do that today with Rey Mysterio's 20-year." Okay, all right. But Roman Reigns, congratulations. You shut Austin Theory down. He had no comeback, and it's going to take him until this Friday to actually have something to say, because he's got to think about that for the rest of the week.
That was the first time I've ever seen somebody shut Austin Theory up.
Yeah.
He had nothing. He couldn't. I don't think he had anything prepared for that.
I think it took me back to when John Cena shut down Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And it took me back to when The Rock shut down John Cena. You know, it's like a transitional thing. So, and I think, truthfully, y'all might disagree with me. Austin Theory is getting ready to get those belts. I'm gonna tell you why. How many wrestlers, young guys, young talent, come in so fresh and so young and get a rub like he did on Monday? He got the promo with Roman. He got the little altercation with them. Then he turned around, had a promo by himself. Then he got in an altercation with Drew McIntyre. Then he had a tag match, and they pretty much, like, in wrestling terms, they say, "Welcome to the business, kid. Congratulations, you get ready to get those titles." Because they chopped the shit out of him. They beat him up. They put him through the ringer. Sheamus had a little altercation with him, which didn't make sense to me. Of him not wanting to tag Austin in. Did you guys catch that when he was like standing there? He was like, "You want to tag in? You want to tag in?" Nope. And I was like, that makes no sense. Why? Like he came out and he helped you beat up Drew McIntyre.
Right.
Why are you guys having a disagreement there? So I think Austin's getting ready to get those belts. I think we're going to see Austin be in a lot of situations where he's going to be in a lot of matches, a lot of promos. They're going to force feed him so we can either hate him that much or start to like him, just like they did Roman Reigns. Just like
John Cena. Yeah.
They're going to force feed us Austin Theory. He's going to cash in. Who's he going to cash in on? I don't know. He may do the whole Seth Rollins thing. That's my take.
That
Was that not still
was that, Chef?
Because they said, didn't they say Brock Lesnar walked out Friday?
Let's go into it. There were reports that Brock Lesnar had walked out following the announcement of Vince McMahon's retirement. I've seen a couple of sources say that, but he ended up coming at the end of the show, which shows the professionalism in Brock. Even though he was about to walk out, he did come back and have his moment. Are you guys excited about the no holds barred match with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for the last time? Let's dig into that match. LP, I know you're not a big fan of their wrestling styles, but with this match being no holds barred and last man standing. With this being the last man standing match, how do you feel about this match? And as a fan, is it easy for you to get behind the match, or are you tired of seeing the whole Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar saga?
It ain't nothing they can do between them two to make me get excited about it. But
come on, man.
I'm sorry. But as much as I want to disagree, what Mr. Everything said about Austin getting the belts, I think the reason why they made it no holds barred is because in order for him to catch it in and actually beat them, they're gonna have to be almost dead. So if they beat the hell out of each other in a no holds barred, they're gonna have to be, bloodied up. They really gonna have to go ahead and do this NC-14, because they're gonna have to be bloody, beaten, and that's the only way, because even if they have a regular match, Austin Theory can't come. He gonna be another Baron Corbin. He can't come in there and cash it in on either one of them and it win and it be believable. Like I don't put in the F5 and he lay there and he run. It's no way Roman is gonna allow him to pin him. And then Brock, it's no way he gonna get speared and Superman punch and he gonna let Austin Theory. It's no way. So like I said, I don't even want to agree with him winning the belt. I just don't see it. But that opens the door on what he said, because that would be the only way. He's guaranteed he's going to cash it in a pay-per-view, which he shouldn't have never done that. Because he said it over and over and over. So for him not to do it now, it wouldn't make no sense. So it's a matter of how he does it. And I don't think he necessarily going to be alone. I think if he does do it, he's going to get help from who? I don't know. But
Alpha Academy, possibly.
It got to be somebody, because I kind of feel like Austin Theory would be better with kind of how the Miz was when he had the two little goons Like I kind of think if you give him two little goons or whatever, it'll make him a better heel. But they got to do something in order for him to cash it in, because there's no way in the hell. And then Brock don't really want to wrestle like talking about it. And then everybody know Roman eventually is going to leave. But if Roman left now and Brock is gone, Austin Theory is not going to be your main person. It's no way, and it's no way that he's going to be the main guy. So I think Edge may have something to do with it. Somebody's going to do something that's going to help Austin Theory. And matter of fact, it's rumored that Edge is supposed to come back for SummerSlam. So yeah, it got to be a little bit more to it than that.
Okay. Chef, are you excited about this matchup between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar? And do you think that Austin Theory will successfully cash in to become the new undisputed WWE champion?
I'm not excited about the match, but I know Austin's not. He's gonna cash it in. He's not gonna win the belt though. That's one thing he's not. Because we have seen Brock Lesnar take 4 spears from Goldberg, lay there for three minutes and get not even 3 minutes, 3 seconds and get right back up. Yeah, that's not happening at all. Like Roman, he might be able to cash it on Roman. That would be a sequence.
Like LP said, I don't see Roman laying down for the 1, 2, 3. I think they will have to really incapacitate him, maybe bring Alpha Academy in, do some things. I'm not sure. I don't see any of them laying down to Austin Theory. But if somebody did, them two would be the perfect people to be able to cash it in. I mean, I'm sorry, they would be the perfect people to pass the torch, because the Undertaker passed the torch to both of them. And that was very interesting to me. The Undertaker both gave Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar the rub. So if anybody was to give a rub, it would be one of them to pass it over to the next generation. I know for sure Roman he has plans on leaving, but I think what he wanted to do was submit his legacy before he did go ahead and do something else or do other endeavors. I don't think he wants to fight Brock again. I think Brock has really gave Roman his biggest challenge. But going forward, past this match, who else on the rosters, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, who else do you really see posing a threat to Roman Reigns and his belt? Mr. Everything, what you think? If Roman retains, who you see stepping up to challenge Roman after SummerSlam?
I think we give Seth Rollins another chance to do it. I think he can get in his head, psychological warfare. We definitely don't want to see Edge do it. He really doesn't need it. If you went NXT, Braun Breaker, he could possibly do it. I mean, I don't understand why they're doing Tommaso Ciampa the way they're doing, because he could be really strong contingent. But you got to think about the direction the company is going. So who can carry that flag after? I mean, who can be the face for it? Whatever. Who can talk really good? Who can be the publicity person? I don't know, man. I really don't know. We don't really have anybody that can really go out there and be that face of the company right now, in my opinion. Somebody's going to have to, after he does leave, somebody's got to step up really strong and say, you know what, I'm about to just grab the flag and run with it.
True.
That's the only way it's going to happen. And they're going to have to go back and study everybody else that's been champion that went out there and carried that flag and said, you know what, I got it. I'm going to go out there and just do this thing. What countries are we getting ready to start hitting next? That's going to be another thing to kind of consider. What countries we're going to try to start putting our product on. So whatever country that's going to be, it's probably going to be that person that'll be the next champion. So
Jinder Mahal back 2022.
No,
Nah,
hell no.
not doing that. Nope, not gonna do it. I give it a
Nope.
shake first.
Oh my God. Chef Showtime, who do you see that can step into that prominent role to be able to carry the franchise for WWE? Who do you see stepping up to Roman Reigns, and who can possibly take the belt from Roman Reigns that's on the current product right now?
I can currently see Drew McIntyre taking it from me. I can see Roman coming in for a Superman punch and that Claymore just kicking his face off. I can see Drew and I can see Bobby. They're the only ones right now.
Okay. LP, how do you feel about a Drew versus Roman Reigns match? And do you think that Drew will be able to take the belt off of Roman if he keeps it after SummerSlam?
I think they did a good job building up him the first time when he won the belt. He won it during the pandemic, so it wasn't the same. I think he deserves another shot with a live audience and loud crowd. He was over pretty much. Now they keep on having him fight. How many times can he fight Sheamus? Him and Sheamus fight more times than Brock and Roman. So
yeah, they fight every week.
Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, Sheamus, him and Sheamus both are like kind of similar, but not similar. But like they could have them, going against somebody else. But I think he deserves another shot at the belt. I personally think they need to separate the belt. Either they're gonna combine the brands, or they're gonna have two belts. Because him having even the Usos having both belts, them have both, that's just stupid to me. Like all the other belts are still separate. So if they're gonna keep the brand split, because everybody talking about, that mean they're gonna not do the brand split. It don't look like the brand split is gonna change anytime soon. Not from I've seen nothing that says that. They already talking about another draft, coming soon. So I don't know how they're gonna do that with the belt. Because I remember when Jericho first lost the belt. I can't remember how he lost one belt, then he lost the other belt. But maybe Austin Theory wins one belt. Did they really specify that? What if he wins and they want to give him a belt? He'll be like, hey, this your belt. And seeing him back he on Raw, right?
Yeah, he's on Raw.
I hadn't thought about it until I just said it just then. What if he wins the belt? And they be like, all right, well, you're not undisputed. You can just take this belt back to Raw. And Raw ain't gonna take this belt over here.
Well, let's talk about it, because I think that I've been vying for a split of the belts since they unified. I did not want them to unify the belts in the first place. I thought that was a stupid idea. And if they were billing Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar to unify the belts, I don't know why they would have them fight again. It's just let it breathe. You know what I'm saying? Let it breathe. You know what I mean? If anything, I think they should, instead of doing it at SummerSlam, they probably should have brought Brock back as like Survivor Series or something like that.
Well, I told you why they're doing it. Austin Theory's about to get those belts. That's why. I mean,
he gotta get one belt. He's gonna get one belt.
He gonna get both of them. Can you think about it? Who can you put in the ring with Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar to incapacitate them to the point where Austin Theory can come in, cash in, and pin him?
Almost.
With believability. We love Omos, but we're gonna leave Omos right where he's at. Okay. Because if think about it, Omos comes in. Let's say Omos does have a match with Roman Reigns. And he runs Roman Reigns through the ringer. How are you going to stop Omos?
Bobby.
I don't know, because even Bobby barely survived all of the encounters with Omos.
Exactly. If you put Omos in a match with Roman Reigns, he beats Roman Reigns down. Austin Theory decides to cash in. How is he going to get past Omos to be able to pin Roman Reigns? That's the issue. And if he did it as a non-title situation, where Omos incapacitates Roman Reigns, they end up giving it to Roman Reigns by DQ or whatever, or giving it to Omos by DQ. Usos come in, they attack him. He lays waste to the Usos. He leaves the ring. Here comes Austin Theory. Here's his moment. Cash in, get the belts. That I can see. But if Omos still standing in that ring, no.
You don't see it?
No.
I think that Theory is the only person, not only person, but he's really being built right now. I don't really see a lot of other people being built the same way that Theory is being built. I don't see the development in the next superstar other than Theory. Who do you guys see is WWE putting some power behind to build up the character so that they can be strong enough to face a Roman Reigns or a Bobby Lashley? Do you guys see anybody who's currently being built? Chef Showtime.
Not really. It's just the same people. Like right now they got the Clash of the Castle with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre for number one contender. It's the same people being sent to the ringer over and over. So it could be the same go around. I don't see them put nobody else. Or at least they bring up Braun Breaker or somebody.
I don't think Braun is quite ready yet. He still has a lot of development. I think he should stay in NXT for at least another year. I think they should move the NXT belt around for a little bit and have Braun really build his character up. Or they might just go ahead, you know how they do, might just go ahead and rush him off up to the main roster and then do absolutely nothing with him. I'm not sure. LP, who do you see WWE building up?
Kind of like they said too, they haven't really been doing it, but I think several of the people who has held a belt before, they're still pretty good. To be honest, if they wrote it right, they could put Sheamus back in the picture. I think Sheamus could have one more run. I don't think he can have multiple runs. I think he can have one more. I think Randy can really pull off one more run. Like, don't sleep on Randy. I only think he can pull off one more. Because I think Randy Randy's a little bit older or whatever. But if you're talking about like skill wise, I know people say Edge really don't, Edge is older and he probably don't want it because he's already done it. He's just there. I don't think he really want to be a contender. But I don't know. I think they were pushing Austin because Vince was pushing Austin. See, here's the thing. Now that Vince is gone, they might be like, Triple H might be like, he might have been against it the whole time. So Triple H might be like, this ain't gonna work. So, so that's why I think that it's funny that, everybody looking at how he been built, but Vince was building him. Vince was molding him into his John Cena 3.0.
John Cena 3.0.
With Vince gone, his opportunity.
It's definitely an opportunity. I would love to see them build some more wrestlers up, but a female too. And I know the last podcast we talked about the state of the women's division and how you guys have felt about it. On Monday we saw the return of Rhea Ripley during Rey Mysterio's 20th year anniversary, where she proceeded to pretty much just to disrespect Rey and every sort of word, her and the Judgment Day. But I really wanted to see a lot of the women step up and be put in a prominent role. I know at SummerSlam we have Becky versus Bianca. We also have Liv versus Ronda. Are you guys excited about these matches? How do you feel about it? Let's go Showtime.
You said what? Say it again?
Are you excited about the women's matches? Becky versus Bianca and Liv versus Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam.
These matches, like, I'm not excited for the Ronda and Liv, because one, Ronda should go in the ring and throw around like a rag doll. Match should be fast, easy. Bianca and Becky. I don't even know. That's. We already know Bianca's gonna win it.
Do we though?
Yeah. They're not gonna give.
I don't see Bianca walking out of this thing with a win. I think that she's gonna drop the belt to Becky.
No, I have my theory. Is my whole thing is gonna be like Becky gonna be beating on Becky. Then Carmella gonna come out DQ.
You said Carmella?
Yeah,
I want to see Carmella come back out.
No, but
Please.
For what? Don't nobody want to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
But you seen how it ended off though. Carmella was upset she lost. She gonna come back out. It's gonna be a DQ. I don't know. It's not gonna be a whole match. It's gonna be a disqualification at SummerSlam. Then it's still gonna be the Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair feud going back and forth for a little more till they find somebody to really step up. Like if they bring up Zoe Stark, that'd be a good match.
I think Zoe Stark should. She might get the belt from Mandy, and they might bring Mandy up. That's what I'm feeling.
But are they gonna keep pushing Mandy how she is now, or are they gonna bring her back into that little soft, pretty girl type?
I think Mandy is a better bad guy than she is a good guy. I personally love the Golden Goddess character. I thought that she really should have did something with that, but they dropped that for some reason and started doing this angle with her and Sonya Deville, which confused me. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. But we'll see, man. I would love to see. I think that Becky is taking the belt over Bianca, and I think that Ronda is going to take the belt back from Liv. Do you guys see any surprises from the women's division of any returns? Anybody coming back at SummerSlam? LP.
Say that last part again.
Do you see any surprise returns from the women's side, the women's division in WWE?
I'll show up and make Becky lose.
Who you say?
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks? You think really?
If you think about it, like you haven't heard nothing about Sasha Banks or Naomi since all this stuff kind of hit. You ain't heard them in the news. You ain't heard nothing. They ain't going to AEW. They probably waiting on whatever's going on. I think that if anybody show up out the blue, it will be her and Naomi interfering in one of those matches. If they don't show, I think that Alexa Bliss is going to affect one of those matches, and Alexa Bliss is going to start making her run again because she ain't been doing nothing ever since they gave her that damn puppet. So I think that it's time for her to come back. I think Ronda's not gonna win because of something like that. Other than that, it'll be a squash match. She'll squash that girl. But don't nobody want to. Y'all can't build this girl up. WWE got to stop doing that. Building people up, giving them a belt, or building them up, making them lose, and then they go straight back down the card. Like that's something that they gotta stop doing. And I'm hoping, whether they do it with Triple H or whatever, I hope that's one of the things they change. That, and I hope that when people come from NXT to the main stage, they keep their characters. Like, stop changing the characters, when they cross over.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of a lot of the character changes and the things that they took away from people that made them stars. They did it to Shotzi when they took away her tank. They did it to Pete Dunne and changed his name to Butch, even though I love the Butch character. They took away his name. Also, LA Knight, they changed his name to Max Dupree and did the whole Maximum Male Models thing. So I guess, it's like when you come up, they're looking at you like, hey, you got to start from scratch. You know what I mean? You really got to claw your way up, kid. And I think they treat a lot of NXT startups like that. Like, hey, we don't know who you are. No matter how long you've been there, no matter what you've been doing. It's kind of hard. let's talk about Rey Mysterio, right? This past Monday marks his 20th year in WWE. I believe Rey Mysterio started wrestling when he was 16 years old, and did a lot of stuff on the indie circus and in Mexico also. But he celebrated his 20th year anniversary with the company. And then, all the rest of the stuff happened with the Judgment Day at the end of it. But before then, Rey was very emotional, giving love and respect to all of the fans. So, LP, what do you think about Rey Mysterio's 20-year run in WWE?
I think he has had an amazing run. I also think it's still good. He still can put on good matches now. He's one of the few people that came up in his generation that's still able to put on matches.
Right.
I wish he would have held the belt maybe about one or two more times. But I mean, he did. I think he only held it once or twice. I don't even think he had the main belt. I know he used to have a cruiserweight. I think he had all the belts, but I think he only had like the main belt like once, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't mind seeing him get it at least one. He's still one of the best that they got on the roster right now, skill wise. I still think Dominique's gonna turn on him. I thought it was gonna happen then, but watch what I tell you. Dominique is going to turn on him.
There's a lot of hints that Dominic might turn.
Yes, I told y'all told me I was crazy.
There's a lot of hints. I see a lot of, Rey Mysterio has been wearing a lot of purple lately. I'm not sure if it was Dominic. I think it was his daughter that gifted him with one of his old outfits, which was all purple. I think these all foreboding clues that saying that Dominic might turn. And if he does, it's going to be good for his career, for him to separate from his father, Rey. I don't want to see him turn on him. I don't want to have them do nothing where he beat up his dad and all that stuff, man. I don't want to see that. But I would like to see him join Judgment Day and see what he can do with his career outside of that. I think that the Judgment Day themselves have lost a lot of steam since they kicked Edge out the group. It's not the same effect. It don't feel the same. It don't look the same. It's you have three people who are horrible talkers. they're great wrestlers, but they're horrible speakers. And so you put in three people who can't really talk in a group, and it's like you have no direction, no leadership. You just trying to get members for what? You know what I'm saying? I don't, it's really lost its steam in this thunder since they took Edge out. And so we'll see. Like I said, I think Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest luchadors of all time. I think Dominic has a lot of skills. I still think that Dominic should go down to NXT and do some stuff down there for a while and become NXT champion and then work his way up back to main roster. I've seen a lot of wrestlers go down there and then come back and completely change their characters and their drive. And so I think Dominic can be one of those people. I think he can go down to NXT and thrive, and I still think that he should do that. But much respect to Rey Mysterio and his 20-year legacy in the WWE. He's done so much. He's the greatest little man in history, if you ask me. He's fought all kind of giants, and he's really proven that no matter what size that you are, it ain't about the size. It's all about your heart. And, every segment that Rey Mysterio does is all heart. He wears heart on his sleeves. You know what I'm saying? He gives affection to his son live on TV. He brings his family into the mix. They even had a little tiff between his daughter and Rhea Ripley, which was very interesting. Very, very interesting, because if you guys remember, Aaliyah, right before Buddy Matthews, his name is Buddy Murphy back then in WWE. Buddy Murphy had a little romantic relationship with Aaliyah, and now he's currently in AEW, but he's dating Rhea Ripley. But live on TV, they had a little face-to-face. And I even read that Buddy Murphy was like, let them fight over the custody of me, which was funny. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I love how Ray really brings his family into the mix and really wears his heart in his sleeves, and you can see everything that he does, man. And like I said, he's the greatest luchador of all time, if you ask me. You know what I mean? Just because of his rivalries, the things that he's done in the ring, his presence, and all of his outfit changes, man. I think he probably has the most outfit changes out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Costume wise. And that's not an easy feat. You know what I'm saying? That's not an easy thing. So congratulations to Ray. Chef Showtime, what do you think about Ray's 20-year anniversary in WWE?
It was the business. I liked it a lot. I was just taking little hints out of all the stuff, like when Aaliyah gave him the outfit from 1997. I was looking how Dominic was looking at the outfit. I'm like, okay, I got a feeling Dominic gonna come out in that outfit and he'll have it on when he turn on his dad.
The outfit looked mighty long. Right.
It was bigger.
That outfit looked super long. Like they attached something to it, or they sewed something to the bottom of it. Yeah, it looked pretty long, man.
It's like it's gonna fit Dominic.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. Like I said, I think that was a cool segment. I wasn't in agreement what happened at the end, but I think they're still trying to build a storyline between the Mysterios and the Judgment Day. So we'll see where that goes in the future.
I can see Aaliyah in a match against Rhea in the future.
I can't see that.
But she gonna get beat up.
I can't and don't want to see that.
Yeah, I hope not.
I really hope not. All right, so let's go ahead and go into our next segment. We love food, and every event I always cook. I know, Chef, you always cook also. So today we have Chef Times. Best damn recipes. Chef, what you make this week, man?
This week I'm making. You had it before, my Cali Club sandwiches.
Yeah, that Cali Club was bomb.
Yeah, my Cali Club and my Onion Ranch.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's on that thing? I know I had it before, but tell people they ain't tasted it because I tasted it.
What's on it is magic. It's deliciousness. Oh, my Cali Club, we have a grilled chicken breast with pepper jack cheese, with turkey, with sliced turkey and bacon, with my smoked onion ranch sauce, between lettuce, tomato, and whatever type of you want, a bun or bread. It's delicious. I'm gonna take some pictures.
Hey man, that Cali Club be hitting, Jack. So if y'all want to taste the Cali Club, we're gonna put it on the Best Damn Facebook page, and you guys check that thing out. Make a Cali Club yourself. Chef Showtime's Best Damn Recipes, and few of you for the fan. My man. All right, LP. It's a lot of stuff that went on SmackDown, on Raw, on NXT. So we got to get it, man. We need LP's Best Damn Wrestling Moment.
I think the best moment this week, and y'all kind of already talked about it, but I'm going a different route with it. And it wasn't just what Roman did to Austin Theory. It's the fact that Roman buried Austin Theory. That was the burial of that man. The same way John Cena buried him, he buried that kid. But I think the difference is John Cena buried Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns still on the top. This guy's just trying to come up.
Right.
And he just kind of kicked them down them steps. I don't think he can come back from what, because now every time he come out, they're gonna be doing the daddy chants. They can be doing all that. Roman, I think that was off script. I think that was Roman like, let me get my face back for what Cena did to me, but I'm also gonna make sure that you are not gonna be what you think you're gonna be. And he pretty much, I don't like when wrestlers bury each other. So John Cena's known for it, Hogan is known for it, a lot of them known for it. And now look at Roman, who knows how it feels. Just bury that kid trying to come up. So Well, it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I was like, holy crap when I saw it. But I still was like, man, why he had to bury that guy like that? The guy, he almost wanted to cry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it was it was kind of brutal to watch, man. And, you know, he did look like he was about to cry. But that was a great segment, man. And I think he's going to be stronger for that moving forward. You know what I mean? I really see him being building his character and really moving, doing some things with that. So I see big things for Austin. I see big things for Austin because he's gonna take that and he's gonna reshape the way he talks. I think he will. I think he's gonna grow from it.
You said before he had some good mic skills, right?
He does, but for that embarrassing moment when he got buried by Roman Reigns, I think it's going to have the same effect of John Cena and Roman Reigns when they got outdone on the microphone. You know what I'm saying? They had to step up their game. When John Cena challenged Roman Reigns on the microphone, Roman Reigns stepped up his verbal skills. You know, he stepped up his mouth. What you mean? Right after that, he had to.
I mean, how long ago was that?
Huh?
When he became a tribal chief after he left with leukemia, came back, and then when he started doing the tribal chief, his mic skills got better.
It took some time, but it happened. You know what I'm saying?
So Austin Theory gonna have to. Austin Theory
but it happened.
Be a tribal chief. No,
I don't know if he's going to ever reach that level, that status, but I think that he's going to be a definite player on the main roster, man. So, as I like the kid, man. I like the kid. I want to see more from him. I see his transformation from being on main roster to going to he was on main roster and then they paired him with Seth Rollins, and then he went down to NXT, did some stuff down there. They paired him with Johnny Gargano and did the Way faction, and then he came up from being that goofy dumb character in the Way to what he is now. So I can see the transformation of him. I currently think that Seth Rollins is the best character on the show right now. You know what I'm saying? Personally speaking. I love when Seth Rollins come out, his whole demeanor, and anything he says is gold, man. So we'll definitely see moving forward.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that deleted tweet?
From who?
Seth.
No, what'd it say?
Seth made a tweet. I can't remember what it was about. He made a tweet saying, he basically was talking shit. He was basically saying like, I've been here, I've been doing all this work, yada 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 yada. God, I can't remember who it was a response to, but it basically was like a response of how he's kind of been disrespected. Like, he has more losses than anybody this year. He's like, he loses so much. So he's a great character. Don't get me wrong. I think they are totally missing the ball. But like they're not pushing him because he keep losing. He got the same record of Dawson had at one time that they were supposed to win a match. But yeah, he made a tweet and he deleted it, which you can't delete no tweet nowadays, but people still gonna see it. Oh yeah, they still gonna see it. They still gonna. But his wife too. His wife has been on a pretty bad losing streak. But I think all of those losses have really helped them develop their characters. And it really poses them for a good comeback. So I still, even if Seth loses, I don't think he loses anything by losing, because his matches are so phenomenal. It's like, even if he does lose, I mean, he's still Seth freaking Rollins at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I don't want to see him lose too much. Speaking of, they just canceled the match between him and Riddle for SummerSlam. They apparently wrote him off TV and said that Seth had injured Riddle, and he won't be able to perform. So I'm interested to see if they put somebody else in that slot, or if or they just did the match altogether. I don't see Seth Rollins not being a part of SummerSlam. I think if they did put anybody in that spot, it'll be Ezekiel, and then Ezekiel would kind of avenge Riddle in some type of way. They had a brush with that earlier on in the week, so we'll see.
I don't see SummerSlam without Seth freaking Rollins, but you know, I've been wrong before. so check that out. Well, look, guys, this was a great conversation. I appreciate you guys being here with me every week. Thank you to all the best damn wrestling fans for watching. And we will check you out next time on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.
All right.